No one needs time to prep. No
Oh,
one
you
needs
should have
to
changed my name, dude, to Artie, and I would have put yours as Josie.
Nobody would ever do
Josie.
that.
And then Jess.
I
Jesse.
just spell it different way.
Oh my god. Welcome to Puro Pinche Sports. I'm your host, Jose Garza, and tonight I'm joined by my co-hosts Arturo Ibarra, aka Artie, and Jesse Santos. Just Jay. Just Jay. How's it going tonight, fellas?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Chilling.
Where were you last episode, man?
That's
I
a
had an
trademark,
interview.
sir.
Hope that went well, man.
There's a million rounds for the type of industry I'm in, so it's one of like 10. Whatever.
But you know who doesn't have a million rounds? Kamaru Usman, because he got knocked the fuck out at UFC 278.
Usman might go, man. What are you talking about? Don't disrespect that, man.
He could be your go, but he got dropped. He got dropped.
Man.
Let's just start it off, guys. Let's just start it off with what the big topic is. UFC 278. Kamaru Usman defending his welterweight title against Leon Edwards. Jay, I'm just gonna go straight to you, man. You see the whole first to fifth round. You see the whole thing go out, and then pow. Give me your thoughts.
That was an easy. Hold on, let's go. Can I cuss on here?
Yes, I don't care.
Okay, that was an easy fucking dub, and he soiled it because he was over there talking shit, being overconfident, not backing up that shit. Got taken down by somebody who doesn't fucking wrestle, and then at the end started to box, which Leon is a fucking boxer, kickboxer. Knocked your bitch ass out because he fainted the straight, kicked you in the fucking face.
It was incredible. Art, I know you said you didn't get to fully watch the fight. I know you caught most of the highlights and stuff like that, but just seeing how it went down, first round, very confident Leon. He got a nice takedown in, swept that leg, and got the full mount right away. It was
almost submitted.
Took the back and almost got the rear naked choke. It was beautiful. It was a great move. But after that, turned on Kamaru. It just made him angry. Said, "Bitch, I'll take you down multiple times. I'm gonna take you down at will. I'll even outpower you. I'm gonna put you in the corner of the cage." And at one point, Leon almost got his foot trapped at the corner of the cage, and that kind of like took him off his momentum. And then the rest of the way, he's just taking him down, owning him, exhausting him. I mean, Leon's coaches were fucking begging him to do something because he had done nothing rounds 2 to 4. Round 5 comes around. Still the same thing now. Throughout the whole fight, both men grabbing the cage, hanging on. Herb Dean is pissed. He's like, get your hands off the cage. At one point, Leon's got his hand inside Kamaru's gloves. Now, Jay, I don't know if you found this controversial. I don't know how well you saw this. At 2 minutes and a half left of the fight of the fifth round, Herb picks them up because they're not doing anything on the side of the cage. He just kind of got him there. He's kind of just like coasting to the victory. But Herb says, "You know what? Both of you get up, fight." Now, Art, tell me your thoughts on the fight because, of course, that ends up leading into the beautiful head kick.
So, I guess for the beautiful viewers of Puro Pinche Sport, man, if I were to say that I didn't watch the fight afterwards, that would have been called out in the comment section, like always. Nah, but honestly, man, I went ahead and watched the fight afterwards. And hey, a man has to admit when they're wrong. And hey, I was wrong. I called out the wrong fighter, Jesse. No, Jay called me out on it, man. Like he said, hey, what a kind of disrespect for GSP. And you know what? Yeah, GSP solidified. I mean, he solidified everything that he did before this moment to be the GOAT. My point was that Usman was getting to that point. So this knockout, of course, like this, it just destroyed his career. Like that path that he is, like he can't be that guy. But the fact that the first or second round, whenever he comes out of the gate, you get knocked down and almost put in a
First round.
You're almost out. Like he has that lit up the fire, man. Like 189 total strikes to 64, and then 5 takedowns to 1. 83 significant strikes to 55. Like he had that it was his fight. But hey, you just have to put your guard down. And he got caught great. That was a badass kick, man. Like, props to him. Like, he knocked his freaking eye. Like, his eyes rolled back. So that was a nasty, nasty knockout.
So
Jay, you said yourself.
Here's my thing.
Go for it.
All respect to Us. He's a great fighter, but who's he really fought that's that big, right? He fought Colby. Colby was probably one of his harder fights. Masvidal, fucking garbage. Burns, he dog walked Burns. As he should.
Burns had a good first round. Burns had a good first round, by the way, just to put that out there, just like Leon did.
He did. But easy fights for him. Leon should have been a fucking rap. That should have been nothing. That should have been a money in the bag. He went out and he fought. Cool. He let him take him down. Is what it is. I get it. Shit happens. At the end, you shouldn't have gone out and been, oh, I'm gonna go be big bad man, whatever, and try to box with a boxer. That's fucking stupid. You went and you feinted the fucking kick or the punch, excuse me, and then he kicked you in the face. You parried way too low, and then you dipped your head and he kicked you. That's just poor judgment. If you're at this level of a fighter, as some people would say, you gotta be Jay, watching that shit.
Do you attribute that parry, like him ducking that low, even from a feint? Because obviously, so I don't know if you noticed, right? So like Leon, because he is a kickboxer, at first he's throwing like fake feints with his right because he's on southpaw stance, right? He's just throwing them, just whatever. And then the second Leon thinks he's actually going for a real hit, which is when the left straight, that's when he parries low. Do you attribute the parrying more to his wrestling style as to why he went as low as he did? And mind you, is that also the lack of kickboxing knowledge to the fact that, like I said, he's in southpaw, he's throwing feints, he's not really anything, and then he goes straight and then throws that kick. Is that more to his wrestling and lack of kickboxing knowledge?
Here, I'll put it this way. Remember when Izzy fought Anderson Silva?
Yes.
Anderson Silva threw a kick. Izzy stepped backwards. He did get his lip touched with his foot, but he stepped backwards.
He avoided the knockout, yeah.
Why? Because putting your head where somebody kicks is way more dangerous than backing up.
Okay.
That's
no, and you called it, was like he was leading that kick. Like the fact that he was jabbing, he was tagging, he like feinted it out. Yes, again, like Usman's an experienced fighting a kickboxer.
Or no, his just his own, not really fighting a kickboxer. It's more like his own knowledge, lack of knowledge on kickboxing.
Well, yeah, like that's the fact. Like if his style is like different, then like he doesn't know, and that's I guess that's why we love UFC though. It's like mixed martial arts, so it's like different times you have to adapt, and he didn't adapt there. He forgot. He just threw it out the window. But like going back to this fight though, it's like I would see it the same way as the Lioness whenever she lost hers. Like she went into it like talking and everything. She came back on her second fight and she put up a fight. I would want to see this fight happen again, see what Usman does. I'm not saying he's going to be the GOAT and this solidifies himself as the GOAT, but like this, hey, are you going to like keep talking shit or are you actually going to like go ahead and prove, hey, you know what, like I can be the champion again? If he doesn't, man, then that's it, man.
So like the biggest thing for me, right? Because like I said last week on the episode, I think GSP is a GOAT. That would had not changed even with his loss to Matt Hughes when he was super young, or his fluke loss you could say to Matt Serra, because he did lose those two fights just the same way Kamaru did lose his first UFC fight. Now the difference was that once he got his revenge on both Hughes and Serra, he went on a tear. There was just nobody that could stop him. He outclassed everybody in his way, whether it's Josh Koscheck, whether it was BJ Penn, freaking Dan Hardy, all these names. Like he just stacked up a list. And at the end, yes, he did have that fight with Johnny Hendricks where a lot of people think that he probably didn't win. He still won. He retired, came back, and then goes on to win the middleweight title. So his
he beat you at your own game.
Yeah.
That would be like Leon going and beating Kamaru at wrestling. He beat you at your own shit. He beat Josh Koscheck at wrestling.
And that's the thing. GSP, you know, for those who don't remember, was not a traditional wrestler. He was more of a kickboxer. You know, that's what he was trying to be. He learned wrestling while he was growing, you know, while learning MMA, you know, mixed martial arts. And he became this genetic freak of a wrestler that nobody saw coming. And he fucking owned these names, the John Fitches, Pence, Diego Alves's. He owned all these names, and his longevity as a champion, mind you, too. Here's another thing, and I don't know if you attribute to this. Right now, GSP's 41. He retired 6 years ago, 35, right? So he would have been 35. Kamaru Usman right now is 35. Kamaru Usman's only been fighting in MMA for about 10 years. GSP started much younger, and he all the way up until he was 35. Like, that's his resume. So Usman, age-wise, also has almost no chance to really catching up to GSP. And to me, I mean, that could be everyone's different opinions, obviously. Anything could change. But for me, 9 title defenses in his second reign, 2-time champion, 2 divisional champion, middleweight and welterweight. It's just, it's just tough to touch his resume, regardless how good Kamaru Usman is. Like I said, the big factor.
He would have to come back from this loss, dominate everybody and big names, not fucking go and fight Masvidal. Because why? The man is garbage. He fucking got a lucky knee, and that made him famous.
That's right.
You're not beating Kamaru. You're not beating anybody who's striking better than him. You're not that great. You got lucky. You got the limelight from a knee that was legitimately just a lucky knee. That's what it is.
I personally think Kamaru, even though, like, don't get me wrong, Kamaru Usman's reign has been an awesome. It's a terror. We all bet for him to win this fight on Saturday. None of us, no one I knew said Leon Edwards. I'm not gonna like fake it and be like, oh yeah, I picked Leon for sure. Fuck no, I did not. I was impressed after the first round, but no.
I said he's gonna win third round.
I said second. I thought Usman was gonna win second. You know, we were both made into fools. But anyways, the streak that he had into like him being Tyron Woodley, the first fight with Colby, and the knockout of Burns and Masvidal, those have been truly impressive. But other than that, that's not enough for me to like solidify his career as the number 1 welterweight. Obviously, Dana White's going to say it because he's a promoter trying to hype up his own guys. But, you know, anything Dana says, I just kind of bullshit.
I mean, he has a chance to come back. He does have a chance to come back.
Yeah.
I won't say he's my GOAT, right? That's my unofficial opinion, but that he's not my GOAT. As I see it, he doesn't fit that category right now. Can he get into that category? Sure, but the level of competition he has to fight for me has got to be way higher.
And man, we're talking about
welterweight fighting chumps.
Yeah,
you can't be fighting chumps, dude. Like you beat fucking Colby. Colby was your hardest fight. You beat Burns, cool. I need you to fight fucking top notch. Like I don't even think Hamzat's at his point yet. Even though he lost, I still don't think he's at his point. He's running through people, but he's running through like fairly easy people too.
Burns was his first real challenge,
and he almost fucking lost that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not. If he goes and fights Colby right now, he's not beating Colby.
Yeah, let me pull up the rankings for the welterweight. So right now, Kamaru's obviously number 1 contender. He should be getting the immediate rematch. I don't see like why not. Colby will probably have to wait and pray Leon wins before he can get a title shot after that. Hamzat, Burns, Bilal Muhammad. We saw that Leon Edwards Bilal Muhammad fight. That was one-sided. Jeff Neal, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, who's more at the end of his career. Schaubert, there's just not really, honestly, like big names to really challenge you at the welterweight division. The big point is right now, the champion just has to clear out the division. That's it.
Can he move up, though? That's my question, though. Can he move up? He can, right? Like that's like
he can. We had not smart, but he can.
See
we've had that conversation before. Like, is it worth?
He's not moving up to middleweight. Like, he's not moving up to middleweight. He's not. He doesn't want to fight Izzy.
He doesn't have the balls to move up to middleweight. Look at the people who's got to fight there.
That's why he also said he wants to fight at light heavyweight to avoid Izzy. He wanted to go up to light heavyweight and fight there because he, like, that's the thing too with Kamaru Usman. he got in his own way. He saw past his challenges because he was saying, I want Canelo. I'm good enough to beat Canelo. Apparently, not good enough to beat Leon Edwards, my man.
You're not.
You want to go to light heavyweight, bro? Izzy had a tough time at light heavyweight. You ain't gonna. You're a little smaller, and you're not gonna do it. Like, I'm sorry. It's like,
well, and then I can hate on Izzy and say he's a boring fighter, but he plays the game, right? He doesn't have the drive like the old school UFC used to. He doesn't want to go out there and fucking dominate and beat the shit out of people like John Jones did. He doesn't want to do that. He wants to retain the title. If he just retains the title, what are you going to say? He's the champ. You can talk shit about him all day, but at the end of the day, he's got the fucking belt. What are you going to say? Kamaru does not have a belt anymore because he fucking lost by being overconfident.
Do you think the Herb Dean standing them up is controversial in any way?
I mean, I could see why it would be, right? If you would have just let them sit there, cool. It would have been the end of the fight. You could have swayed it the other way and said, "Oh, Kamaru would have won," because they would have just laid on the ground for 5 minutes. At the end of the day, would you want to watch that? Probably not.
Nah.
So Herb Dean does what a ref
should do.
would do, right? He stands him up. Okay, fight. Show me something. Herb Dean, I don't give any flack to Herb Dean the whole thing. He was picking them both out on both of the things that they were doing. He stood them up. Just so happened that Kamaru got caught.
Wow, I agree. Art, do you think this is knockout of the year? And mind you, we had the Chandler knocking out Ferguson also this year.
That's the thing, man. There's been some crazy as knockouts though.
But do you have anything above this one, or do you have it? I know me and Jay discussed it that night.
Again, I wouldn't say this is the knockout of the day.
I want to throw in something maybe that'll help Art. Are you saying is this like the most brutal, or are you saying is this like
this is the knockout of the year? Like, this is the one that was the nastiest. I told you why I'm giving this one the knockout of the year nod over Chandler over Ferguson. You want me to say? I haven't told Art. So Art, the reason I gave this one the knockout of the year, right? Because we all love the Chandler front kick to Ferguson, right? So, but I also said that at that point, Ferguson's chin was weak as fuck. Going into the fight and in the fight itself, he was getting rocked. So by the time that front kick came in, it was easy, lights out. But I told Jay, I think Mike was on the call too when I said this. Kamaru was pretty much 100% on the chin. He was not damaged. I think he had only been hit like 20 times head strikes. So by the time that kick comes in, yeah, maybe he's a little tired after 5 rounds, but I mean, he was pretty much at 100%. He was clear. So that just means that one came with more power and right on the money. Like, wow, like that was like more damaging than anything because it drained him from 100 to 0 real quick.
I still wouldn't call it, man. Man, like I still like for example, like the Sangwa Lee one was a good knockout. The back elbow, that was like crazy shit up on. Like that's what I'm saying. Like there's that one, and then the other one that I remember right now was it Dion Lewis? Derek Lewis.
The one Derek Lewis got knocked out, where he got washed.
Yeah, like that's like I'm saying, like from those two, I think those had more. I feel like those overpass this one, even though like yet again this kick at the last second, man. Like yes, you win the championship, like you won your belt and everything, but he landed that where he should have landed. The other ones are just nasty though.
I don't know if the Derek Lewis one really, like, for me. I mean, it was nice. I don't know if I count it as like, oh my god.
No, I wouldn't count it as the first one, but I'm saying like over the Usman one, I would. I would have those two over it.
It's hard to say because like if we're talking about like world shaking knockout, this one definitely did that. It shook up shit that this was not supposed to happen that way. So I get both sides.
Yeah, bro. This is Kamaru Usman said this best. This is the Hail Mary of Hail Marys. This was the biggest comeback anyone could have made, and it happened for him.
So, biggest comeback ever?
No. For I guess in his situation, right? I mean,
Oh,
ever?
okay, yeah. Ever?
No.
Chet
Yeah, we
Congo-
talked about Chet
Congo still
Congo.
has
We
that.
talked
He
about
still
Chet Congo.
has
Yeah.
that.
No. Okay. Well, I mean, we can move on. I don't know if y'all really want to talk about anything else of the fights. The podcast that Luke Rockhold was,
That one was a
It
good
was-
fight. It was all right. It was entertaining.
Entertaining is the right answer. Good is a different story.
I mean,
Um.
I don't even need to say anything about that.
All right. Well, we got some questions. Some people submitted, so we can go ahead and answer them if you like.
Send it.
Send it. All right.
Big
First
trust.
one.
Let me get my cheat sheet out.
Oh yeah, get your cheat sheet out. First question: who wins all-time East versus all-time West? The Big O, Oscar Robertson, MJ, LeBron, Giannis, and Bill Russell versus Magic, Kobe, KD, Duncan, Hakeem.
And Hakeem.
Hakeem.
Oh my god.
They put Hakeem.
I'm not even gonna debate, bro. I'm just gonna go with my answer. I'm not giving any fucking reasoning. MJ and LeBron.
Okay, so you're putting East. All right, Art.
Hey.
God damn. I don't want to think about it, Jose. Give your fucking answer and let's move on.
I'm gonna think about it.
I'm just kidding, bro. You think about it.
It's the West for me, Papas. I don't know what you mean, dude. Hakeem.
It's because they got Duncan.
No, Hakeem's the
Don't
difference.
lie.
I'm sorry.
Don't lie.
Hakeem,
You're like this.
Hakeem's the
Don't
difference. Hakeem's the difference. I'm sorry.
Hakeem is
under.
fucking nice.
Yeah, this is
But look at the fucking dominance of MJ and LeBron, though. I mean, don't get me wrong, Kobe's in there too, so that's a good one.
Yeah, but look at that all-time defense on the other side.
I know, but look at the all-time offense on the other side.
Yeah, it's
Okay, but if you have all-time defense, but also partially all-time offense versus just part-time offense, you ain't gonna tell me that too.
Come
that
on,
double
look
threat.
at the game changing on MJ and LeBron though. Look at the fucking just look at the overall. I'm not saying that you're wrong because honestly, it's a hard decision for me. But I'm just gonna stick with my guns, bro. That's just what it is.
I'm gonna stick with my guns too, and I'm gonna
Who
go
the
ahead
fuck
and say,
sent this fucking message? Huh? Who said this?
I decided to leave the names anonymous for this one. But just so everyone's aware, whoever loses will end up like this.
I don't want to be looking at the stars like that.
Woo! Poor Kamaru. All right, next
he
question.
was thinking when that happened, man.
He wasn't thinking. He was knocked out.
I'm dumb as shit.
No, he woke up and he looked at Herb and was like, "You're kidding me."
He's
All right, this is a question.
me.
This is a question I put on here because I asked this on Instagram and I was surprised at the answers. Is LeBron James the top 3 player of all time?
Yes.
Art?
Is LeBron James the top 3 player of all time? Sure.
Also, that's not what you put.
Sure.
That's not what you put, though. You're one of the
I just
Bodies
answer your
that-
comments just like whatever, dude. But no, he is a top 3 player.
Okay, I was gonna
Why
ask.
wouldn't he be? Come on.
I wanted you to tell me because you put no. There was a lot of no's. The no's
has to
won.
be.
Who
He
else
has
would
to
know?
I don't remember who. I just remember you.
How many
You're
people
the
put
one.
that overall though? Well, yeah, you put because I do it to like bother you. Like I literally do it just to pick on
You're
you,
on the
'cause I know-
podcast.
Because I know you'll remember. That's why.
Yeah.
I mean, he has to be. Like, that's not a discussion. He has to be. He's fucking passing everybody. Come
So
on.
let me ask you this, Jay.
Yeah.
If there was is he top 3? Like, what is he to you? 2 or 3?
He's 3 for me.
Art?
Same.
Who is the biggest threat to take that number 3 spot? Like, if you had to argue, debate anybody, who would that
Nobody.
be?
Nobody.
Nobody's a threat.
Nobody.
Not Magic, not Kobe, not Duncan, not Hakeem.
I mean, Kobe's at my 2. Kobe's at my 2.
Kareem's 4. Kareem's
Yeah.
4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
So who's your 2, Jose?
My 2?
I think he has Kareem, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Me and Jay.
Who
are
do you
fine.
have?
I mean, I'm not
MJ.
mad about that.
So you have MJ, Kareem, LeBron, and then Kobe.
No. I got Duncan over Kobe. If I've made that case forever.
I forgot about that shit. That's a good one.
But that's my top 5 right there too. But that's my top 5. Like Duncan's 4 and then Kobe's 5. That's my top 5. I might sound crazy. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, so who do you
Big
have?
trust,
MJ, Kareem, you got MJ, Kareem, and then LeBron.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
again, to ask your question, because I said nobody. I don't think anybody's taking that spot from him.
Yeah. You just throwing it back at me?
If he beats Kareem in points overall,
which you will this year. Which you will.
Yeah. I mean, where do you put him after that?
I'm still leaving him at 3. So the reason why I'm gonna leave him at 3, it's gonna be that finals losses. It's gonna be that finals thing. It's gonna be that finals losses. It's what's gonna hurt him. If somehow LeBron would be able to pull out another chip out of his ass, then maybe I would put him over Kareem, right? Because then that would be his 5th. I know Kareem has 6, but you know that 6 losses is still gonna bite him in the ass no matter what.
Well, you can never get rid of that percentage, right?
But still being top 3 of all time is still great.
No, come on. Even being in the top 5 is great. But I don't think anybody's taking him out of 3.
I know there's all those people that were born in the 2000s that are like, what the fuck? No way. It's LeBron for sure. All right. Next question. Yesterday was Kobe's birthday and today is Mamba Day. What do you remember of the late great Mamba?
God damn.
Oh, and just for anybody who probably missed it, like an hour ago, it was announced that his wife won $16 million over that controversial, the photographs,
and the pictures.
Yeah, the crash site photos and stuff like that. So, good for her. Good for the family.
Did they ever fix the contract thing for the shoes though? I know that was another thing that was going on. That apparently they sold shoes, or Nike still had part of it. They were trying to rework the documents to be able to sell the shoes again.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, honestly. I haven't updated that yet, so I'm not sure. But like, I guess I could remember about the late great Kobe Bryant. That yesterday was his birthday. Today's Mamba Day because it's August 24th. Just bro, like every time he got hurt, he got back up and said, "I'm good. Keep going. I'm not gonna bitch out. Don't carry me out. Don't walk me out. If I got a broken finger, got a torn meniscus, ACL, Achilles, I'm gonna get back up and finish the game up until what the doctors will let me." But that's what I remember. Like, bro, there's no quitting this man.
The one moment, if I had to pinpoint one, is when he dislocated his finger and they popped it back in. He went straight back up.
That was crazy.
So
I don't know, man. It's go for it.
The Iman shit where he said you have a good game off the back, we're back to himself, fucking draining shit. That's a good one too. But go for it.
Nah, man, it's just his mentality though. I know everyone says Mamba mentality and everything, but it's just the same thing as Jose. He didn't care what kind of stage he was, as long as he could play. It was his love for the game and the respect that he had for other players, like for himself in the game though. But one moment that I have, like, I don't know, like in my head, man, it's that out of bounds trying to put it in, man, or they just like kind of throw the ball. He throws the ball at him.
Matt Barnes tries to make him flinch. Yeah.
And he just looks, he's just like, nah, you're not gonna face me, man. Like that's literally the phase that I think of whenever like Mamba mentality is like, you're just straight on point, man. Focus.
And that's why I don't like we know the 3 of us, we know Mike loves Kobe. That's his number 1 forever. That's his GOAT. That's his.
He did say though, if LeBron does better again this year, that he might take that number 1 spot.
I have to discuss that with him. I have to discuss that with him. We will have our own little debate about it.
I know, but anyways, I was suited, but I remember shit.
You lost me where I was going with my shit. But anyways, no, I don't. I honestly forgot. No, but I mean, I think we just remember like his passion, his love for the game. Like, it sucks to say, right? Because he brought so much aggressiveness. He brought so much of what basketball represented in the 80s and 90s. He defined it well for the 2000s. Today's day and game, when unless you're that Pistons guy that went after LeBron after he got elbowed, everyone's just like buddy friends, and they're just like it's soft, right? But there's no that Mamba, killer instinct that there once was. Unless you're Giannis. Giannis is the only one that actually he doesn't bitch or cry about anything. But
those are big shoes to fill, man.
Definitely.
The torch got handed off, and I don't think anybody's gonna fill those shoes ever again.
It got handed off, and no one really took it. All right, next question. And this is more, I think I've put it wrong. Who would you rather have as your QB, Joe Burrow or Justin Herbert? So I think who would you want to start for your team? Two young studs.
I'd probably throw Joe.
Joe Burrow?
No, I lied. Fuck.
Just over any team, whatever team, whatever player.
No, it's if you had your own team today, who would you rather have? Would you rather have Burrow or Herbert? If you had your own team to start with.
Man, I would want to say Burrow because of the adversity that he overcame, and it's one of those players after everything that he was dealt, he just came out and proved people wrong though. But man, I love the way that Justin Herbert plays.
So Herbert's your answer?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Herbert.
What a stud, bro! I'm gonna stay with Joe. Fuck it.
I'm gonna agree with you. It's not an easy choice to make. I think Joe Burrow, Joe Shiesty, another one of Trey's white swag guys. But I think you have to see, for me, it's almost a bigger picture, right? Justin Herbert, I know when we had the QB rankings, Art said, he hasn't had essentially the weapons to get him there. I feel like he has. He's had Keenan Allen, he has had Austin Eckler, he's had Mike Williams. Now he's gonna have a little better defense to help him get to the playoffs. But Joe did it on his own with, I guess you could say, just Jamar Chase, at that point, because he took a team that nobody, and I mean nobody in the Bengals thought was gonna even make the wild card, win the division, and let alone make the conference championship or the Super Bowl. He did all that in his second year.
Who's the closest quarterback? Wasn't it Dalton in her second or third year whenever he took him to the playoffs? That's it, right? That's the closest that the Bengals have ever made it.
Bengals had made it 3 years straight to the playoffs, and then he lost every time the wild card. The first game, they're out. They never won a playoff game. Joe, first opportunity, gets them all the way to the Super Bowl and is this close to win the title. That right there, his mentality, even with the weakest O-line possible. That close, bro. Aaron Donald is his fucking. If Aaron Donald doesn't get in there in that 1 second, that Jamar Chase is wide open. Touchdown. Jalen Ramsey on the floor. Bengals win the title. It's that close. So I'm gonna.
Aaron Donald, man.
It's just
He's a fucking beast, man.
Fucking athlete,
just
bro.
an animal. So.
Have we asked him that question, Jose? If he would rather get tackled by Donald or get run over by Henry?
I'm pretty sure I've asked him. Jay, would you rather get tackled by Aaron Donald or run over by Derrick Henry?
Fuck no, I don't want to get tackled by Aaron Donald.
Thank you.
Crazy?
Thank you. This man wants to get tackled by Aaron Donald.
I didn't say I wanted to get tackled by Donald. Yeah, I didn't say I wanted to get tackled by him.
You said
I said I would rather get run over by Henry and get stiff armed than get fucking tackled by Donald, dude. No,
that's not what you said.
No, you can't do stiff arm. You can't do stiff arm. He got to give you the truck stick. If you're gonna, he got to dip the shoulder on you.
You said you'd rather get hit by Aaron Donald than get run over by Henry. I'm the one to say I'd rather get trucked by Derrick Henry than get hit by Aaron Donald.
What a horrible fucking choice.
We did it.
What a horrible fucking choice. You ain't got nothing.
I don't want to get hit by Donald, dude. I told you that. Hell no.
Fuck that shit. Him or would you rather get hit by him or Ray Lewis?
Oh.
I think I'll take Donald on that one, G.
Yeah. When do you okay, next question. When do you fully consider a QB as a bust? Bettor's already dubbing Justin Fields as a bust because of his situation. That's not a bad question because we know at this point Sam Darnold's a bust. Baker, not so much because he did lead him. Yeah. But at what point do y'all feel a QB's a bust?
When you get to Deshaun's point.
After 24 allegations?
I said, I mean, as a quarterback bust, not a.
No, I'm kidding. That's it.
It's a QB
You know-
bust.
I sometimes think like in their third year. I think their third year is when they need to solidify to me that they're not a bust.
So you're saying in their third year, if they just fucking tank, then they're a bust? Is that what you're saying?
So, I mean, if they have a shitty third year, yeah, because you have your rookie year, your sophomore slump, and that third year you have that final. Because by what second or third year, we were already dubbing Josh Allen a successful quarterback,
Yep.
right?
So
And
then,
by
how would you even put this one though? Because like I know that they're putting him as it's a bust because the Bears have not done anything to help him out.
right,
We know, and I know that they're rebuilding. So like I don't think that they're gonna win and go to a division game. Like they don't have an O-line, they don't have receivers. They're depleted on that.
I guess the question they're throwing into us is that do you see by a certain point him being a game changer for the team, and if not, when do you call him a bust?
At
No,
his third year, like you
So
said.
yeah, I do see him as a playmaker, man. That's a game changer on it. I would say third year, fourth year. At the most, fourth year. But soonest, third year.
I must say I'm going third for sure. I think because
I mean,
that's
if you don't do anything in your third year,
you've had years to try. You know, there's guys like how we were talking about Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. Those guys like made their names their first year. You know, you don't feel like they're a bust. Like moving forward, you
I
know
think
that.
you lose your drive after your third year. Like if you just getting smashed for 3 years straight, I don't think you have any more drive after.
So do
Right.
you think, for example, a good one, Kevin Love? He's been behind Rodgers. Do you think he's a bust?
Jordan
He
Love.
hasn't. Jordan Love, yeah. He
Yeah,
hasn't
you
had
said the
his-
NBA player.
Yeah, my bad. He hasn't had a full starting season. Everything like he's been filling in and out on games. Do you think he's a bust?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and more, it's not because that he probably doesn't have the athleticism to develop. For me, it's that he was a first round pick. They decided to move up for him to the 26th pick to get him. And then he hasn't shown any development to the point where they're like, oh man, he's a threat to Aaron Rodgers' starting role. Because Aaron Rodgers is getting older. He's had some bad injuries, you know. A long time ago, yes, but still.
That's what you do.
Mason Rudolph. Do you think he's a bust?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's had
So-
opportunities. He's had
So that's what
opportunities.
they're both those players are what, their third year already, fourth year?
Mason's probably in his fourth or third. No, like he's been there for a good while. He's had his opportunities. No, he's a bust. When you have Mitchell Trubisky threatening your job, that's
And-
enough for me to say call you a bust.
Man, and even then, like I don't even think Trubisky's gonna play more than 2 games though. I think Pickett, they might start putting Pickett in there.
They
and
might.
just see what he can do.
They're saying Pickett is getting that Mac
That
Jones, Cam Newton comparison and Herbert, Tyron Taylor comparison. So he might take that job quick and make sure the Steelers are not under 500 this year.
I mean, if he does, man, that's gonna be great because as of right now with Trubisky, I mean, yeah, whatever, we drafted him, the Bears drafted him. It was a stupid draft over some other players, man. But just going back to the Justin Fields one, I mean, I don't know, man. Like it's just to me, and we've had that conversation of like, is this his rookie or is this his like sophomore year? Because
This
he
is
does have a
sophomore year.
new.
He started games. Yeah, it's his sophomore year. Here, I'll say this, and this goes for Trevor Lawrence too. And this goes for
Trey Lance.
for everybody, all the guys from last year too. Like you're by year 3, if you're not making a game difference for your team, you're a
You're
bust.
done.
Especially when all of these guys are about to be all starters. Like this year, they're all going to be starters. You're a bust if you can't, solidify yourselves to make game changing. Yes, Mac has taken the Patriots to the playoffs. That doesn't mean he's safe. He can easily bust this year and then even be worse the next year. There's a lot of things that can happen.
If you're just not a worry on the field, then you're a bust.
You have to be a threat for your team to be in playoff contention. And Justin Fields, while yes, he's probably been given the short end of the stick, by next year he has to have solidified like, hey man, I'm the guy y'all are trusting forward for the Chicago nation to move forward the Bears, because Aaron Rodgers is almost done. Aaron Rodgers, for as much as you want to say, he is almost done. So you need to be taking over that division real quick. So
Because who else do you have? You don't have any other young quarterbacks in the division. You have Kirk. You have
Don't bring him up.
Kirk, Rodgers,
top
and
10
Goff.
Kirk. Top 10 career.
But like that's
No,
it.
but-
Like you have those three, and then you have a young quarterback, and you're right. If he can't solidify that out of those three guys, then
I mean, look at Josh Rosen, that guy who talked the most in that 2018 draft. He was like what, the fourth guy picked, and he said everyone's gonna regret not picking me first. And then look what he's on, like his sixth team in 5 years or 4 years, whatever the fuck it is. All right, got another question here. Was Leon Edwards' head kick knockout on Usman the greatest knockout kick ever? Example: Holm and Rousey, GSP, Hughes, 2. Was that the most devastating head kick?
I still think Rousey's is the worst one.
Do you count? Okay, with this question, because do you count this more as, roundhouse kick how it was, or do you would any kick knockout? Are we discussing? What do you think? Because I mean that Joaquin Buckley one was a nice one too. When that spinning kick, when his foot was grabbed and he just knocked him out silly, that's a good one. Edson Barbosa,
that's a good one too. I think if we're gonna look at it, we gotta look at it overall, right? That don't get me wrong. When he caught the kick and then he got kicked in his fucking nose, that was a good one. But these were like world-changing kicks. I still think Holm is on the top.
I mean, it's like
Ronda was dominating everyone. Nobody had a chance against Ronda. And Holm kicked her in her fucking mouth and put her in a bed.
Yep.
And that was the end of it. And Ronda Rousey was never the same after that.
Should be WWE champion.
now she got kicked out.
She got kicked into the WWE.
Next question. Who's the better head coach, Greg Popovich or Phil Jackson?
I already know Jose's answer.
The most winning coach of all time? Hell yeah. Most wins? That'll probably never be duplicated again? Hell yeah, it's Greg Popovich. The fuck you mean? 11 titles because he got 2 GOATs? Come on now. 3 top 10 players of all time, possibly? Come on, man. That's just cheating. Of course he's going to win 11 titles with that shit. The fuck you mean?
I'd give him that. I would go Pop. I like Phil, but I would go Pop on that one too. As much shit as I talk about this first.
Art?
I got to give him that one.
Nah, man, Greg. It's gonna be a sad day in San Antonio, man. Whenever he leaves, yes, he's taught a lot of players and a lot of man. He's had great coaches go through him, and now some of them are leading their own NBA team. But man, it's just all the coaches and all the players talk about Greg's mindset and play mentality. It's another guy that I don't know, man. I'm gonna go Popovich, man. Just his composure on it, and it's so funny whenever he gets mad and he doesn't give a shit, man, if he gets kicked out of the game or not.
He wants to get kicked out, so his assistant coach can deal with it.
It's great, man. I love him.
Shit, let Timmy take over. Nobody wants to go to blackjack. They're too expensive.
That's why Timmy retired. He was like, "Oh man, he made me head coach. I'm going. I won't." He went 1-0, and I'm like, "I'm retired, undefeated. Thank you."
I'm out.
Nobody ever beat my perfect record.
Okay.
GOAT of GOATs: Wayne Gretzky, Ali, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, Babe Ruth, Tiger Woods, Lionel Messi, or whatever football you want to count. Lionel.
You already know my answer, dog. You already know my answer.
Yeah, Wayne Gretzky, right?
Fuck, man. It's good. He's good too, but Ali is my GOAT of all.
By the way, Art, would you count Messi as the GOAT for soccer? Or is it still Diego Maradona? Oh, yeah, pass gas right there, huh?
He's in that contention, man. But Maradona, he just did more. I mean, it's one of those things, again, like Maradona did a lot for what he did in soccer, man. And we've had that conversation of who's next between Lionel and what's his name, man? I just forgot.
Ronaldo?
And Ronaldo. Like it's one of those things between those two that who do you go with? But I think Maradona keeps it. Pelé, I would even say Pelé is out there. Like I would even say he's in front of Maradona and
in front.
Like, I think they're both in that contention, man. But I think Pelé and then Maradona and then whoever else decides to take on that torch, though. But Pelé, man, like players from Brazil, man, they're just a way of playing. Like, it's not like they love the game. Like, it's any South American team. It's the passion for the game that I've seen from those great people, man.
But you see how there's like always like, oh, maybe there's this one. There was nobody contesting Ali, bro. Ali's the fucking god of all fucking people. Get out of here. Give a fuck about nobody else. Ali is the fucking GOAT.
I'm not allowed to say anything because everyone's just gonna know I'm gonna say Tom Brady, but I'm not. I'm bowing out. I'm not gonna say anything. They're all great.
You gotta pick ones.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Tom Brady. I just said it. It's Tom Brady. I'm
There you
bowing
go.
out.
Thank you. Don't be fucking bitching out.
How dare you talk to me like that, sir? You sick fuck.
Not on live.
No. Shut up. Who is the new pound for pound king?
Are we talking UFC or are we talking boxing?
UFC. This is an MMA question. UFC. Kamaru was it. That's what a lot of people were dubbing. Did you agree? And who is it now? You want to know my answer?
I want to hear your answer. I don't think I've ever asked you this.
The champion's name is Charles Oliveira.
I was gonna fucking say that too. Yeah, hell yeah.
Dude, Bronx man has risen up.
I've been preaching Charles ever since I saw this motherfucker. But I'm glad you said that.
The champion's name is Charles Oliveira, my friends. I mean, come on, bro. Look at what he's done. And don't get me wrong. We were talking about it with Kamaru, right? We want guys that are like fucking up guys, the champions that finish people off. Bro, Gaethje, sleep. Dustin, sleep. Michael Chandler, sleep. You know, bro.
I wish Khabib was still in this. He get his shit fucking choked out too.
Khabib would be sleeping. Islam, sleeping.
Islam's going to bed.
So, Dude Bronx is my guy. I obviously, for me, also, like a big favorite for me would also be Alexander Volkanovski. I think he's right there. Fucking amazing as hell. But I'm gonna put Dude Bronx over Volkanovski. What about you, Art?
I was gonna say Volk, just slightly over, but man, it's just
because he's still champion.
No, well, I mean, I would say he's still the champ. Like, yeah, he lost it by what? Just half.
Weight, miss weight.
Like
yeah, half.
It's, and then it's what I know that it was one of the controversials on that. Like, you're using a digital weight on your locker rooms and everywhere else, but then you use an actual weighted weight for that. Like, it could be. I mean, they could have an error on it, but yet again, like, it's, to me, he's still the champion, and he's. I can't wait to see his.
They let Khabib get away with that shit.
Yeah,
they let Khabib get away with that same shit.
DC got away with it. The man fucking grabbed the towel, like, I'm okay.
It's because he's eating all that chicken, eating all that fucking chicken.
That's all about. Okay.
Oh, shit.
But once again, the pound for pound king is the real champion's name is Charles Oliveira.
That's a perfect.
And the last question we got for tonight, this comes from our boy Mike. A lot of these questions also came from Mike too, but that's what I wanted to shout out because I know you know where it's from, Jay. Can I hear everyone's rendition of Puro Pinche Sports? Let's ride.
Let's ride. Let's get it.
You gotta say the whole thing, though.
I'm not saying the whole thing.
No, say it. Say it for Mike.
On boys.
On boys.
No, on boys. That's not how that works. You got to do it. It's your podcast. This is how you end out the podcast, bro.
No knuckles crunching.
But you have to say it with it.
Oh, gee, I was about to.
You have to say
everything. You ruined everything.
That's why I hit the mic right behind it. I was like, he's not gonna see it. You have to say it with his voice though. Smooth.
Oh, okay. Puro Pinche Sports. Let's ride. Puro Pinche Sports. Let's ride.
Big trust. Woo, woo.
No, you gotta do it like Marky Girl's eyes. Big trust. Whoop, whoop.
About that. down with you, bro. Oh,
Big
Christ,
trust.
I can't believe you said that. Oh my God, you look just like him. Just not as dark.
Well, that's how we can end the show. wait, I need to hear y'all's. Everybody's rendition. It's
I
not
did my
just-
less rad. It's Art. It's Artie.
Oh, you gotta
boy.
say
Oh,
Puro Pinche Sports,
Artie
so-
has to say it.
Oh, here we go.
Puro Pinche Sports. Let's ride.
That's so robotic as hell. What is that? Puro Pinche Sports.
Let's ride. I'm not doing it. Y'all got me fucked up.
Come on, Jay. For
I can't say it with a
I'm
loud
not
voice either, man.
I'm not
It's gonna
doing
scare
it,
my baby
bro.
Come on, come on.
This is
Just get,
hostess sports.
just get on your mic. Just get on your mic and then look at the camera and be like,
He
My
just
mic's
did it right
Puro
now.
Pinche Sports. Let's ride.
Look,
Big
that's
trust.
3.
Whoop, whoop.
That's 3. You're good. You're good there, bro. That's 3.
You disappoint him. That's all I know. But anyways, guys, that was fun. We don't really have to talk about KD staying in Brooklyn. Kind of knew he was. He had no choice. But that's all it. That's all I got. Y'all got anything else? Jay, you want to call him out on anything before we go? You want to call out Art on anything else we want to go?
No, I think we got that over with. We'll leave it up for his next controversial pick.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's just remember. Where he's at right now.
Watch this.
Big trust. Whoop, whoop. All right, Jay, send in your plugs, man. Where can they find you on Steam and whatever?
Oh man,
Yeah, what's your name now? What's your name today?
it's Tyson Nitties. You don't even want to know my other ones. You should probably just leave those ones out.
Yeah, let's leave it alone as is. All right, what are your plugs? If you got any.
That _ Q.O.A.T design.
All right, guys. You can follow the podcast on Instagram at Puro Pinche Sports. You can follow
That's
us
right.
on Twitter. It's too long of a name. You can follow us on Twitter at Pinche Sports Pod. Don't forget to like, share, leave a comment, guys. Yeah, comment away. Art's got enough enemies of this. His enemies are after him.
One of them's Marco.
Oh.
He's fucking lurking. He's like this, Twitter fingers.
He's like, Artie, let's ride.
Probably, man. Like, shit.
All right. For
My bad for giving him my address.
I am host. Oh my god! Stop it. We are Puro Pinche Sports. Let's ride on out of here. Y'all have a good night. Peace. Let's ride.
Let's ride. All right.